Hi everyone! So this is my first video for the Art of Gather series where I bring you along with me as I get ready to host a party, an event, a gathering, because you know my love language is hosting. And so this weekend I am hosting a Easter brunch soiree with all my girlfriends. So there's about 12 girls that are going to come over tomorrow in our Easter Sunday's Best, and I will be having a awesome brunch spread here. We're going to be painting little vases and making little flower arrangements, and so I'm so excited to bring you guys along. I wanted to kind of go through with you just some of the things that I picked up over the last couple of months, and then I'll clear the table and I'll start to kind of set up what I'm thinking for all of the different brunch spread that I'm making, where everything's gonna go, how I'm thinking of setting up the tablescape. I also wanted to share like my top 3 things for hosting a great party. These are the things that are must-haves for me. And if I can have these 3 things, then I know that the party or gathering is gonna go off without a hitch. So the first thing is to always have either beverages or some type of food in any area that the guests are gathering, right? So if there's like a little sitting area that you know the guests are gonna be in, I highly suggest having even if it's just little nuts or something for people to grab as they're having conversation, there should always be something for people to snack on. You definitely want to always have a beverage station or just beverages available, alcoholic and non-alcoholic versions. And so, yeah, that's my number 1 tip is always have some type of grazing food wherever people are going to be gathering. My second tip for you is you have to create a good ambiance, right? That means having background music, light background music going on. The lighting needs to be good, right? I love candles, making sure to dim the lights, having candles. So lighting, music, to me are very important when hosting a party. Now, number 3 is making sure to have a nice flow, especially if you have a small area that you're gathering in. This house is fairly small for a lot of people to be gathering in. And so you want to make sure that you have a good flow in place for everyone that's going to be here. So for example, I'm going to get rid of all of these chairs that are surrounding the table just so people can, easily move around. The flow from the living room, I'll have some chairs for people to sit in, than just what's in there, just so people can gather in there. I want to have some chairs and things like that in the kitchen. Make sure it's open so that people can kind of hang out in there. And then I'm going to open these French doors that we have so that people can also move outside as they please. We have a nice big deck for people to gather on, lots of seating out there. So there's just lots of flow here. So those are my top 3 things for must-haves when hosting a party. Now, this weekend, the weather made a turn for the worst. We thought we were headed for spring. It was beautiful weather the past couple weeks. And of course, we had a snowstorm last night, so Friday, and everything was covered in snow. And I was kind of freaking out because I didn't remove all of the cushions on all the chairs. And so I'm hoping that they will dry by tomorrow, but tomorrow is supposed to be 60 and sunny. So I'm really hoping that people can hang out outside. So we will see, hoping for the best, but if the weather doesn't work for us, it doesn't work, and we'll make it work inside. Now, one thing that I am doing for this get together especially, and you don't have to do this at every party or gathering, but having some type of activity for people to participate in, so it's not just, conversating with each other, I think is always a fun idea. So what I'm doing this time is I ordered these little white ceramic vases. You can get 8 of these in a package on Amazon for $10. So I ordered a bunch of those, and then I also went to like Michael's, and Joann's is, you know, closing all of their stores, and so they're having huge sales. So I went and picked up just some more little ceramic vases, and so we're gonna do a little painting activity, and then of course they can make their own little flower arrangements before they leave, so they can just take something home with them. I think it's just always a really fun idea. A couple other things that I picked up are, so for this place setting, instead of having like the flowers or vases as a focal point on, or like candles as a focal point for the table setting, I'm actually going to make the cake the centerpiece. So I picked this little cake stand up from Home Goods. I'm obsessed with Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx. I love it there. And then we had this little tray downstairs. And so and it is my best friend's birthday. So I am gonna do a cake and make it just look really pretty with flowers and lemons on it. And then do like a fun little setting down here, and make that the centerpiece. And one thing to know about me is I am not a baker at all. I can cook, I love to cook, but when it comes to baking, that is where I really, really fail. And so you don't have to make everything, right? You don't have, when you're hosting a party, you're hosting dinner, you don't have to make everything. One of my favorite things to do is just ask people that are coming over, is like, hey, if you wouldn't mind, you know, and I usually ask the people who love to cook as well. You can always ask people to bring things to like take some of that stress off of you. So one of my girlfriends is making deviled eggs, and then another girlfriend is bringing over sourdough, which sourdough I have tried so many times and I have failed every time. So I'm gonna let someone else sourdough. But as far as the cake, I'm not gonna bake the cake. I'm gonna go pick up a just simple lemon pound cake, and I'm gonna decorate it myself. So again, you don't have to make or bake everything. So a few other things that I picked up. I love Target. They have that little, you know, like $5 little area. These are really cute little spring candles that I got. And then I got these like cute little bunnies and cute little ceramic eggs that I'm gonna figure out how to decorate. Maybe I'll put it on here, little baskets. I might put like the paint or the paint brushes in here just to add a cute touch. I found other little baskets that I'm gonna do, maybe put some candy in. And what else? Oh, I did, again, I got these at Home Goods or Marshall's, but you know, instead of doing like my plates that I would usually do when I host a dinner, I just went and picked up like nicer plastic plates, really cute Easter napkins, and then plastic silverware, but it looks nice. And so I am going to use that for everyone for their brunch. What I'm gonna do, oh yeah, this will be so cute. So this is just another little cake stand that I found. Not sure what I'm gonna put on that yet, but I will let you know. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna clear off the table, and I got little like name cards, and so I'm gonna start placing where I think the food is gonna go and start to set up the tablescape. Okay, so I cleared everything off the table, and I'm just gonna start setting up of how I think this should all be laid out, and I'll tell you everything that I'm planning to cook, or everything that's gonna be on the table. So again, like I said before, I'm gonna get like a lemon pound cake, some baby's breaths to decorate this area, and then I think I'm gonna put moss down here, maybe some more baby's breath, and then decorate it with these cute little bunnies. I've got these little ceramic eggs, which would be cute, so we'll see how that works. All right, I want to put these candles here too, and then I also want to have some more flowers, just smaller flowers, kind of spread out on the table. So let's see, I think let's just do that. Okay, so what I am doing is I'm doing mini pancakes, and these are just like the little frozen pancakes that I got at Trader Joe's. and I'm gonna warm them up, put some powdered sugar on them, and then have maple syrup next to it so they can drizzle that on. Again, not making them myself, but we're just gonna do something up that's already done. So we'll have mini pancakes. I'm gonna do a ton of bacon. So we'll do bacon here. I'm gonna do a tomato corn, red onion burrata that I'll serve with some sourdough. I have like balsamic drizzle on that. So that's gonna go over here. My girlfriend's bringing her famous deviled eggs. I'm gonna do a fruit salad. I actually think I'm gonna do that over here. Yummy fruit salad. And then I'm gonna do a little panhandler's casserole, gluten-free and dairy-free, because I have a couple friends that are have food allergies. And panhandler's casserole is so easy. It's just hot sausage, green chilies, some onion, and then egg. And it is delicious. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna make a really yummy breakfast quiche. It has like tomatoes, some caramelized onions, and feta and egg. I tried it a couple weeks ago just to see, because it was my first time making a quiche, and it turned out fantastic. So I'm doing that again. So I feel like that is good to go. And now that I'm looking at everything, I actually think I'm going to do taller little vases. And do taller vases just to give some more height around here. And I think that looks good. All right, well, woke up this morning to a beautiful Easter Sunday. It is gonna be sunny and 60 degrees today, so I'm so excited the weather cooperated with us today. I'm just starting to prepare everything. I'm making the fruit salad so I can just stick that in the fridge and forget about it until it gets closer to time. I feel like the hardest part about prepping for an event or gathering or a meal is trying to time everything right. So I know I would definitely recommend that you try to prep as much as you can before, but I feel like with eggs and breakfast items, it's just a little bit harder. So I'm gonna make everything that I can that's super easy, and then I'm gonna start to prep the quiche, the breakfast casserole, and I'll wait to put that in until it gets a little bit closer to time. But yeah, so we woke up this morning and opened our Easter baskets. Yes, I am 32 years old, and my mother still sends us Easter baskets. So it's really exciting. She says she's going to do that forever. I can't wait to do that for my kids too. I went ahead and got myself together this morning. I feel like that's the last thing I want to have to stress about is prepping everything, getting everything together, and then I'm down to the last minute to really put myself together. So I went ahead and put myself together. I still need to do my hair later, but you know, I just didn't want to be stressed out about getting ready. And for everything else, I mean, I feel like there's not a ton to be done. You know, of course I'm going to bake and cook everything that I need to. The table's already set. I set out the vase station with the paint and the flowers so they can make their own little bouquet to take home. And then the other thing, this is like so cute, I got that at Target. I'm gonna set out my little grazing areas where people are going to sit and chat. So I want to make sure there's like little goodies for them. There's little goodies for them to snack on. So I'll put this in the living room for them. And I don't know if you've ever had a robin egg, but these are like Whoppers and they are my absolute favorite. Okay, so I just prepped my quiches for this one here. It is a onion, tomato, feta, basil quiche. And then this one is my gluten-free and dairy-free panhandler's casserole, which has sausage, onion, green chilies, and some dairy-free cheese. Okay, so I'm gonna decorate my centerpiece right now. I just got a bunch of flora. I was gonna go get moss, but it wasn't worth an extra trip. I'm just gonna figure out what we have and figure out the best way to present this. So I want to do like the green down here. One of those things, like, you don't have to make everything, right? So I went and just picked up a little lemon bundt cake. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but we're gonna make it work. So I also, okay, no, I can't. There we go. I also just cut up some little lemon slices because these look pretty. Here we go. Not pretty. And then I think I'm just gonna do baby's breath around it. Here, and then these little eggs down here. And then I did get a cute little happy birthday sign for my friend. Yeah, that's cute. All right, this is the final product. Very cute for a centerpiece, but you guys, I don't really think I like the lemons on top. I feel like it's just like a little bit too much. I feel like let's let the flowers and the bunnies kind of, yeah, that's cute. And I feel like this turned out pretty cute. What do you guys think? All right, so now I'm gonna just do a little baby's breath to give the table some height here. It's cute. Voila. Now this area is in our living room, just a little seating area. I'm just gonna have a few little snack items so people can graze while they're having conversation. All right, so this little area is in our little kitchen nook, and I'm gonna have everyone kind of move in here to get their plates and their drinks, and so it gives it more of a flow, kind of moving from room to room. Okay, so this is my little area I'm doing for the ceramic vases, so people can come over and paint them if they want, and then they can build their own little cute bouquet so that they can have this to take home. I'm so excited. This is my little workbench here outside, and I feel like it turned out really well.